Alrighty then, this is the finished and welded wedge. I had to heat this section up here and bend it down because it had cupped itself like I wish it wouldn't have, but basically I just heated it up with a torch and then it got a little cup in it which I can deal with, but yeah, that's the finished product there. See where I welded it here. Focus. Oh well. Not too bad, a little splatter, but other than that, pretty much pretty good weld, pretty solid weld. I opted to leave this old trunnion mount on here, basically because it was already welded, and I figured if it was strong enough to push or pull, then it would be strong enough to basically push and hold the wedge. As you can see here, it rides on the carrier. Carrier up and down seems to be okay. The plates here where they mount right here, up and down, are okay. Between here and here, problem is side to side. With the cupping, it pulled the side part in, so I'm just going to have to go in there and take them apart and probably machine them back down another 10-15 thousandths to give me the tolerance. Otherwise, this scale and just the inconsistencies of when they made the I-beam, the widths vary, so that's pretty much it. I got the cylinder attached here, just use air to move it back and forth. This is the finished pin that's pretty much, well, it's supporting the weight right here, so it's actually in there pretty solidly right now. But this is the finished pin through the trunnion. I sanded it after I had quenched it. You can see some of the scale left over there from the carbon from the oil. The holes seem to be going to be in good shape. I got either going to use cotter pins or the option of 5/16 squeeze pins, but I don't know if this 5/16 squeeze pins are going to fit because the drill bit had a little wobble to it and made the hole slightly bigger. So once I got this all lined up here, I might put a like a doghouse shape here of a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch plate, probably 1/4 inch, just to keep the web from deforming. If this thing were to pull up, you might want to go this way or this way, because all the force is going to be pointing this way towards the back, so it'll pretty much just keep it stable. Down here, what I plan on doing, and I have it kind of marked here in pencil, you can see the fine pencil line right here, that's going to be actually the bottom of the mount, so I might want to rethink about, might move that out another 3/8 to 1/2 inch so I can accommodate for a thicker weld on the 1-inch plate, which I have down here. Now I don't know which one of these I want to use. This one here I think is about 7 inches wide, give or take, once I trim it up and clean it up. That side's kind of gnarly from the plasma cutter, this side's a clean edge. Or the other option is to opt for a little bigger one, and I might try and incorporate that hole that's already punched in there for a lift point, because if I use it on the one side and put that point right there on the side with the engine, it'll help compensate for the weight of the engine and the battery for the electric start on the engine and the pump and everything all being on one side, so it wouldn't be the end of the world to pick it up from that end, because you can't really pick it up on center. So I might try and incorporate that, make sort of a footprint or almost like a sandal shape, because what I realized and made a lot of sense to me was that if you put a log on there And this one, in theory, with a 9.5-inch wedge, you could do a 18-inch log easy. Well, if you got an 18-inch log left to right, and you're only centering it over the 7-inch plate, and you get a knot that wants to twist, it shouldn't twist much, but it would also be a wider cross section, and it would probably resist wanting to bend. So I really don't know what I want to do yet. If I want to try and incorporate that and cut this larger section, or save this and then just opt for that one there, which I guess that's already got the hole in there, so I guess I could use that one too. But that's a lot of cleaning that up, and they're actually both pretty gnarly, and that would require a lot more work with a plasma cutter. So till I figure out what I want to do, I think I'm going to call it a night, and pretty much got the carrier and everything all taken care of. Maybe get some grade 8 cap screws, or at least some grade 5s. So I don't know if those are grade 5s or not. Yeah, they're grade 5s. So till I finish something else.